Hello guys, we all know that today, 15th of August, is the Independence Day of India. And this is the 74th Independence Day of India. To make this beautiful day a more special one, this video is dedicated to the nation in the remembrance of the warriors who fought in reclaiming our nation. ஸோ என் பேர் ஷேனித்தி அண்ட் நான் இன்னைக்கு அல்ஜிப்ரிக் மெத்தடில் எப்படி ஈக்குவேஷன்ஸை ஈஸியாக பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணுறது அப்படின்னு சொல்லித்தர போகிறேன். ஸோ த ஈக்குவேஷன் நவ் we are going to see is preparation of chlorine by heating manganese dioxide with concentrated hydrochloric acid. We have to create a concept map on how to balance an unbalanced equation using algebraic method. And the first step would be assuming the molar coefficient to be A, B, C, D and so on. So we all know that molar coefficient is the basic step for balancing a chemical reaction. And for an unbalanced reaction, we don't know the molar coefficient of the compounds. And so we put variables on place of the molar coefficient. And the second step is to list the elements in a chemical reaction. So எப்போதுமே chemical reactionல before balancing it, we have to list the elements in a chemical reaction to get a clear picture of which are the elements we are dealing with. And the third step is to equate the number of atoms in the molecules of an element from both the sides of the equation. When we do this, we get an algebraic expression. And the fourth step would be to solve the algebraic expression. By solving it, we acquire the value of molar coefficients. And the fifth step is to substitute the value of molar coefficient in the equation. After substituting the value of molar coefficients in the equation, we get a balanced equation. And the final step is to make it as a stoichiometric equation. And finally, the required balanced equation has been found. So the unbalanced equation we have here is heating manganese dioxide with concentrated hydrochloric acid in order to prepare chlorine. The equation is MnO2, which is manganese dioxide, plus HCl. Hydrochloric acid gives MnCl2, which is manganese dichloride, plus Cl2 chlorine plus H2O water. And hence we have listed the elements in the chemical reaction. And now we have to try balancing it. And for now, balancing the equation, we have substituted the variables in place of molar coefficients. Here A, B, C, D and E are the variables which are substituted in place of molar coefficient. And the next step would be listing out the elements. There are totally 4 elements in this reaction, which is Mn manganese, O oxygen, H hydrogen and Cl chlorine. And the next step would be to equate the atomicity. As for manganese, A is the atomicity on the reactant side and C is the atomicity on the product side. So we get the equation as A equal to C, which is the first reaction. And for oxygen, 2A is the atomicity on the reactant side and E is the atomicity on the product side, which will be the second equation. And for hydrogen, B is the atomicity on the reactant side and 2E is the atomicity on the product side. So B equal to 2E is the third reaction. And for Cl chlorine, B is the atomicity on the reactant side and for the product side, there are 2 compounds which has the element Cl. So we have to add the atomicity of Cl in both the compounds. So the atomicity on the product side will be 2C plus 2D, which is the fourth reaction. And now we have 4 algebraic expressions. And for solving this algebraic expression, we assume A equal to 1. If A equal to 1, then C is equal to 1. which we derive from the first equation, and E will be 2, which was derived from the second equation, and B will be 4, which will be derived from the third equation, and finally D will be 1, derived from the fourth equation. And now we have the values for the 5 variables, and the next step is to substitute the values of the variables in the equation. And after substituting the values of the variable, we get the final equation, which is MnO2 plus 4HCl gives MnCl2 plus Cl2 plus 2H2O. And now to check the balanced equation, let's check the atomicity of the elements. For manganese, the atomicity is 1 on both reactant and product side, and oxygen, the atomicity is 2 on both reactant and product side. And for hydrogen, the atomicity is 4 on both reactant side and product side. And for chlorine, the atomicity is 4 on both reactant side and product side. Therefore, we can understand that the equation is balanced. And finally, we have come to the end of the video, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this video was very useful and special to you guys.